Hi, Christina.
Yes, Christina Gomez.
Hi, Olympia Reboll. How are you today?
Great, thank you. How are you?
Good. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Welcome. How'd you find the building? Not too difficult?
No, perfect.
Good.
Your assistant gave me directions and they were amazing.
Great. And did she offer you any coffee or water?
She did.
Wonderful. Well, as I mentioned before, my name is Olympia. I'm one of the executive producers here at Glamour Magazine, and I'm actually looking to hire a producer to work right underneath me. We need someone who's going to bring breaking ideas, innovative ideas, new content to the magazine, as well as bring a fresh, new, positive attitude. It would also be a full-time position, as I mentioned before. I see this is right up your alley. Given your resume, you seem to be, more than qualified. I was wondering if you had a couple minutes, maybe 10 to 15?
Yes, of course.
Great, just ask a couple questions. So let's begin. So Christina, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I started out as a personal assistant for the owner of a medical company. I then transferred over to a boutique, which my first employer continues to be my same employer. She opened up the boutique. It's pretty much like a mommy concierge, one-stop shop. Anything you need during pregnancy, before pregnancy, and after pregnancy, we carry a bunch of
Tea numbers. I hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely. Clothing, anything you can think of as a mother, you can find it there.
Okay.
Then my boss considered or thought about opening up a photography studio, and she asked me if I could go ahead and transfer over to the studio because she wanted somebody that she could trust and make sure that can manage and run the studio smoothly and make sure that everything, was being done properly. So that's a little bit about me.
Good.
Done a little bit of everything.
I see. And do you mind elaborating a little bit more on your fashion skills? I know that you touch base on the boutique and working on that aspect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So working at the boutique, I started out as a sales associate, just really being friendly and, building a relationship with our clients, making sure that they're satisfied and happy with the customer service that we are providing them. And then at the photography studio, let me backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Then the business owner asked me if I could join her and be a buyer. So I traveled. I went to Atlanta. I've been to New York. I've been to a couple of other places to go and, find all the items and accessories and everything that we currently carry at our store.
Wonderful.
And then at the photography studio, I would style our sessions. So if the client wanted to hire the personal stylist, I would then go with them to the mall, pick all our outfits for their shoots, and take it from there.
Good. Sounds like you definitely had hands-on experience with that. So Christina, do you mind elaborating a little bit on the work environment that you had at the boutique?
So it was very pleasant. I enjoyed working there. My coworkers were, a blast to be with.
Right.
So it was great. The environment was amazing.
Great to hear that. Okay. Now, what type of content, Christina, do you envision creating for Condé Nast? As you know, Glamour partners with Condé Nast. That's how we execute our magazine.
So my thought is to just bring in new, fresh ideas, like you mentioned earlier. I just want to take what you have and put a little, new twist on it, make something different. You want to get people's attentions. You want to grab more attention. We say we're part of the team already.
That's good. I like that mentality.
You guys already have such a large audience, and I'm sure that if there was more, we can make them not just be part of the audience, but make them feel like they're part of our family.
Great.
And that's what I would like to really push for.
Great, I love that response. Now, Christina, what do you believe is the most important criteria for producers? You'd be working right underneath me, so I want to know your thoughts on that.
I think one of the most important things is just being able to have an open line of communication between, the producer, the executive producers, and all the other producers that are on our team. Being able to express yourself and not feel like you have to hold back due to nerves or because, you're not as high. That sometimes can cause some friction and can cause, the team not to work as smoothly as it possibly could. The more open and the more honest everybody is, the better things, work out.
Yeah, definitely. Well said. Now, Christina, I kind of want to touch on a little bit more of a sensitive subject in terms of what is a time that you felt, or best describe to me a time that you felt you kind of failed at your workplace and how you prevailed from it.
So I really don't like to consider anything as a failure. I think everything is more like a learning, step or stone. So there was a time, and not necessarily where I actually failed, but as all co-workers together, we failed because not one person wanted to do a job, obviously including me at the beginning. No one wanted to take out the trash, clean, and do the dirty work. It got to a point where it was a constant circle of like, no, you do it, no, I do it. No, but I did it last week.
That's never fun.
Mm-hmm. So it was just childish, Mm-hmm. I got to the point where I said, you know what, this conversation is done. We're not going to talk about this again. No one's going to do it. I'm going to come into work early. I took the initiative, and I just, I took it upon myself. My coworkers told me I was crazy because, I started work at 10, and then I would come in at 9, to get the job done. Unfortunately, there were not enough hours in the day to get everything done within those work hours. And luckily, my boss did see, the initiative that I took and the hard work that I was putting into it, and I got a raise. So, at the end of the day, it was not my intention. I did not do it because of that. But, it wasn't, it made me feel good about myself. Like,
good.
They saw the work.
Appreciate the extra work.
Exactly.
Absolutely, as we do here at Glamour as well. Definitely, appreciate that leadership, that leadership position you took on. Now, Christina, do you have any questions for me or anything else you'd like to maybe ask me about the position or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll leave my contact information with Nancy.
Okay.
You should be hearing back from me in about 3 to 5 days.
Perfect.
And better with phone calls. Don't quote me on the emails. Better with that form of communication.
Okay.
So again, anything else you need, if you don't hear from me that time frame, please reach out to me. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. Let me know if you need anything else, okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christina. Take care.
It's nice to meet you.
You too.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day. You too.
Bye-bye.